The California Department of Water Resources announced that they are going to stop the flow of water from the damaged spillway at Oroville Dam by May 25th. You'll recall that spillway essentially collapsed this winter, causing major damage and evacuations downstream.
And once that water stops flowing, water officials can make repairs before the rainy season starts again in 5 months. KTVU's Tom Baker talked to a leading expert about whether the repair job can be done in time. And Tom joins us now live with what he learned. Tom.
When you hear this man talk, you'll understand that this is no slam dunk. Oroville is a critical facility for 2/3 of California's residents and its massive agricultural industry. By any standard, the spillway suffered massive damage. Robert B. has spent the last half-century working on massive land and sea construction projects worldwide and is Professor Emeritus of Engineering at UC Berkeley. I asked him, on a scale of 1 to 10, just how tough fixing the spillway would be.
It's a slam dunk 10.
B., who has investigated and consulted on the dam since January, says the Department of Water Resources has chosen a dubious option.
I call it a patch and pray approach.
What B says the dam really needs is an overhaul to bring it up to current and proposed dam and earthquake standards, because the permanent repairs would have to last at least a half-century.
5 years of snowpack is melting, and nature is unforgiving of our ignorance. I'm afraid, and I think we should be afraid.
I asked if the Department of Water Resources has the ability to manage an agency that can guarantee high reliability in the operation, construction, repair, and maintenance of a truly high reliability system such as Oroville Dam.
No, that concern is at the very top of my worry. I don't think they have a coherent understanding of what the word safe means. No coherent understanding of what that word risk means.
Even if the department can erect a temporary spillway before the fall rains come, I asked about the condition of those massive steel spill gates called the headworks at the top of the dam.
In tough shape.
B says cracks in the gate's critical steel structures have been studied for most of the last decade.
Even if we fix the gated spillway, the headworks are unaddressed.
And that's to say nothing of wet spots at the bottom of the earthen dam, which the department insists, without scientific proof, are just natural springs.
We need to do everything possible to help this old dam, old like me, do the best job she can until it's time to decommission.
And of course, that's to say nothing of the risk a truly large earthquake would bring to a structure built well before modern earthquake engineering techniques. Back to you.
Tom, there is so much repair work to be done. How long would it take to do a major overhaul for permanent repairs on that dam?
Well, think about this. To do a major repair on the Bay Bridge when those bolts broke, that took 6 months delay and delayed the bridge by almost a year. Now, here's the situation. Whatever this repair is going to be, it's going to be temporary. It's going to be at least a stopgap repair. To do this right, you probably need a year, 2 years. It probably took 3 years at the time they built this to actually build that spillway in the first place, certainly 2. So the idea that they can do something in 5 months is frankly not something that a lot of people should put a lot of faith in. And while they may get something up there, remember, when that water comes down there, that water isn't like building a water slide at an amusement park. This is a heavy industrial concern that must work, and it must work all of the time.
So, Tom, to do it right, what specifically do they need to do? Replace that entire spillway?
They might have to replace it, or at least the part that they have to replace has to be built on the most solid of foundations. Any piping underneath has to be absolutely critical that tree roots don't get in there and block them, as is the current case. And what they have to do is they have to have such a Loctite maintenance program. Remember, this is the tallest dam in the United States of America. Should it break, that would be a true disaster.
All right, Tom Baker in the newsroom tonight. Tom, thank you.